Hola, mi gente, and welcome to Cuéntame con Sonia Camacho. This short form podcast features the stories of Latinos from our community. From engineers, business owners, students, and so much more, each episode will give you a quick boost of motivation and encouragement before starting your day. I'm your host, Sonia Camacho. Thank you for being here. Now let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to Cuéntame con Sonia Camacho. Today I have Diaz. She is currently a senior at Sacramento State. I am so excited for her to share her story with you all. Very inspiring. So, Diana, why don't you go ahead and take the floor and let's just have a casual conversation. You're originally from El Salvador, and I know so many of the listeners are going to be inspired by your story. So, give us a little intro about yourself, and then we'll just kind of continue from there.
Okay, so hi. It's really nice being here. Thank you for reaching out and allowing me to share my story. Yeah, I was born in El Salvador. I moved here when I was 13, so I came into the seventh grade not knowing any English and just like facing a lot of, adversity because it was a big change. So, my whole goal to coming to this country was to like get an education. My dad worked really hard to get my family here, so being able to show him, that I was doing good in school was my top priority, and obviously I've been able to succeed in that. I'm almost graduating, so it's really nice seeing that my hard work
Yeah,
work.
that's really cool. And why don't you tell us a little bit about like what you're majoring in, what got you there, what inspired you to even pursue higher education?
Yeah, so my biggest goal was finishing school. That was my top priority when I came here. So um, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but my major is liberal studies to become a elementary school teacher. And I did that because I like grew up with a lot of amazing teachers that were there for me throughout my journey. Without them, I don't think I would be where I am. So I was very inspired by that. So that made me want to be a teacher. So I kind of want to be like the the those people that were for me. So let me rephrase that. Um,
Okay.
I want to be the teachers that were there for me to like people that are going to be in schools. So, kind of seeing like a little Diana and other kids that are like me to see that, someone like them is, has higher education and it's also there for them whenever they need them.
Yeah, I definitely think that representation totally matters, even when we don't realize it. Like we are impacting others just by sharing our stories or being in the positions that we're in. So I think that's super powerful. So let's see. What were some of the biggest challenges that you had in going into higher education? Did you ever feel like you were kind of like had setbacks compared to some of your peers or anything like that? And how did you overcome them?
I think it was for me, it was really important to be involved in school. Um, there was a lot of kids that came in the same time that I came and were not really involved in school or like they were shy. Because one of the things that was big for me was like learning English because that was a big barrier. If I was shy or I didn't have the courage to like speak English, even if I didn't do it good, I was still there and involved with school. I was a peer mentor in high school. I was a peer mentor in community college. So I almost, in a way, I did it myself. I, there was people that helped me, but it always was my decision to do it, and I really wanted to do it. So that really pushed me through like things that help me back, like applying for college. Like no one helped me, so like it was something that I wanted to do, and so I took it on my hands to do it. But obviously, like being involved in school, not like being shy and like just like doing things even though they might scare you.
I was speaking to the wrong microphone. Did you apply to any scholarships or were there any application or resources that helped you with your college applications? I know that's a question that I get a lot here on the podcast, other people wanting to know, like, how do you find these opportunities? How do you pay for them? And just like what resources are out there, especially for people who, maybe aren't born here. They are looking for these opportunities that may not come as easily to them.
Yeah, so my in my high school year, my high school like put out like a bulletin with all the scholarships that were given to students at my school. So I there was one, and it was like sharing your story, and I was able to share it. And so there's like some like there's a lot of um like websites, and then you can do it through your school where they have like information about scholarships and other things that might help you like with everything like school wise. So I would say
Yeah.
like just like reach out to the high school that you're going to, because a lot of them have resources like that.
I love that. So what are some of the biggest takeaways that you want people to remember about your story, who you are, and just like general advice?
Yeah, so I think about this all the time. I like think of my about myself in like a third perspective. So I just want to encourage people to like feel like they're good enough. I think growing up I didn't feel like I was good enough, and I always like made myself less than what I was. So now that I'm at this point in my life where I'm graduating, I've almost completed, what you would think it's a successful life. I just want to say that school is very important, and it's something that will help you succeed in life. But I also want people to like remember that, as long as they work hard for what they want, they will be able to get it. And I've been doing a lot of self prophecy, so a lot of manifestation that in a way I am going to succeed, like as long as whatever it takes. Growing up I didn't feel like it was possible, and it's something really funny when I'm at school and then I see like field trips with schools that in their kids like that look like me. It's very funny to see that one time I was those people, and I didn't believe that I could be those people walking around on campus, and now I am that person. So it's just, work hard for what you want. Don't let other things like scare you from growing.
Yeah, I really loved everything that you just said. And I think that that is a really sweet thing to kind of like look back on and be like, yeah, like when the colleges are doing tours and stuff and you see kind of like that younger self and other people. So you are going to be graduating or graduated by the time that this episode goes live. So do you want to give a note to yourself about how proud you are or anything that you want to tell your future self so that once this airs, you can kind of listen to it back?
So I just want to say that I'm very proud of you. I know you've overcome a lot of things, and I just want you to know that you worked really hard. Your parents are so proud of you, which was your main goal, and you can look back at the times that were hard, and then you can, you know, kind of see where you grew, and then now look where you are, have a degree, which was so important to you and still very like unreal, because it's very, you did it.
That was such a sweet note, Diana. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I will have your contact information and your LinkedIn and everything listed on this episode. So if anybody feels inspired by this and wants to reach out, definitely connect. I think that this was a really sweet and inspirational story. I just want to thank you again, and I will see everyone on the next episode. Follow the podcast on all social platforms at Cuéntame con Sonia Camacho. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Want to be featured in a future episode? Email cuéntame.sonia@gmail.com. Thank you to our equipment sponsor, Shure.